Okay, right now we are seeing this Nifty 50 USD. I have discovered something pretty interesting right now with this, and I wanted to share this thing in my analysis videos. So, randomly, I was searching about this thing and I got something really interesting here. So, here is the Nifty 50 USD, which is the US version of Nifty 50 of India. So, right now, we can see this upside here, and then there was a downside here. And right now, when this downside has started to play in 1988, you could say the dollar index was stable. And since the market were crashing, then we can see this dollar index started to go down. So this was a kind of an indication for this that this downside will not be sustained by the markets. And with this kind of indication, if we have taken a buy side here, then we could see a good rally here right now with this. So US dollar is index is a kind of an index which, sorry, this blue pink line is actually the US dollar index. So this could actually indicate a lot of things that were hidden from our eyesight. Apart from the chart analysis, we can use these tools to kind of use them as a confirmation. So now we can see this further. And if we go further, we can see this rise in the markets, and the US dollar index has also started to increase. So it could be a cautious move for this upside. So we should be cautious right now with this upside. Now we could see a more bullish side in the US dollar index. Then we can see the market started to follow the US dollar index and got down. And then after this whole crash here right now to from 2000 till 2001. Now we can see the US dollar index after 2002 has started to decline, and this is a kind of an indication that this whole move is going to be cancelled and the Nifty 50 is going to go up. So after this, you can see the Nifty 50 has started to move up, and the US dollar is continuously going down, but still you can't see this here. It has kind of make a double bottom right now, and after this double bottom, this uh, market has started to move up, and the US dollar is continuously decreasing. So the magnitude of this return was, I think, much larger than that. Okay, so I think it's about 100% return in 2003 till the 2004 period. Now we can see the market has started to crash, but the US dollar index is still declining. So it's kind of an indication that this fall was a kind of a correction in the bull phase. Now we can see the dollar index is kind of stable here, so we can expect that it is going to go downwards. And now we can see the US dollar index going down here in 2004, 10th of the month, which is I think uh, the October. Okay, so 2004 October it has started to decrease again, and market started to rally again, and there was a simple correction right there, and this correction was a kind of a thing which could give a wrong signal because the US dollar has started to increase a little bit, but still, if a new trend has to come, it has to actually uh, cut the previous trend. So we were still bullish on Nifty 50. So after some time, we could see the dollar index and Nifty 50 also started to move up, and this was a kind of a cautious thing for us because the US dollar index is also increasing, the market is also increasing, so it's kind of a bad thing. And then this bad thing was actually hold up in 2006, fifth month, which is here at this price. But the US dollars also started to decline, so we thought it's a kind of a correction. So we move on further, and the US dollar is also moving down further. So from this area, we could see that there has been some corrections, but there was only one kind of false indication from the US dollar index, which we could actually eliminate by just chart experiences and the basic concepts of mean reversion and deviations. Now we could see it further. It has started to move up, and the US dollar is still decreasing downwards, still increasing, and it has gained about 265% return. So it's a good thing. Now we can see a very bad movement. And still, we are thinking that it's kind of a correction, but there's actually kind of there has been an increase in the dollar index a little bit, very little bit. So still, people were thinking like this. And now we can see the US dollar index has changed its move to the bullish side, and we can see the markets. Now, this thing is actually confirming our trades that this trend is now over, and there is a big correction right now in that big trend. And we can see the US dollar index is starting to rise. And when the markets actually started to move up, the US dollar index was still in a kind of an uptrend. Now, after this movement, we can see the dollar index has started to move up. So this is a kind of a second failure signal. Now we can see the US dollar index going down, so we are on the bullish side. Actually, we were on the bullish side from this price action only. So right now it started to decrease, and then started to again increase. So it's kind of a cautious move that this whole correction will take, I think, a little bit longer time than the usual. So it has again started to decline now. After this decline, we can see that this move has to go upwards. It can't go downwards from this point. So still it has gone downwards. So we knew that there will be some form of mean reversion. So we were waiting for that. And after some times, the price actually started to move upwards after some times. But it has taken a very long time in the correction phase. So here, I think it's a kind of a third failure of this system. And then we can see this US dollar decreased a little bit, and the breakout has actually initiated itself in 2014, and the US dollar was still started to increase very fast, and it was a kind of a cautious sign for this era of 2015. So we were very cautious, and then markets actually declined. And then after some times, we could see that hold and off zone again, where US dollar started to decline, and the markets were striving to go up, and they started to go up. And with a little bit of these corrections, we can see this relation is still working very, very likely that as it was working. So it was a kind of a correction, very big correction, because that correction, which we're actually seeing it as a breakout, was from here to here. So about 300, 3,289 days of corrections. There's approximately, I think, 3,389 is divided by 365 days. That's about 9 years of correction. So it was a very good kind of correction. So we could expect a 10 times movement in this. So in between this, we had a good amount of correction here. And then we had the strike from the COVID-19. And with the strike of the COVID-19, this correction actually ended very well. And now we're actually officially entered into the very big bull markets of the Indian markets, which is started after 2001. So it has now started again its cycles, and now we can see a good time-wise correction here. So I'm pretty bullish right now on the Nifty 50 index because of this thing. And now we can see this thing. There's another kind of divergence right now. We can see the US dollar is increasing, and the markets also started to decline. But now we can see the US dollar is decreasing, but the markets are still there. So it's a kind of a bullish sign according to our estimates. So I think it's a really good thing. to actually, you know, uh, go into the markets and get some good stocks and invest in them. It's a kind of a really good golden period. Okay, so the probability is very on the higher side for these kinds of trends. So we could expect a very good probability of going upwards rather than going downwards. And this was the whole point of me explaining this with the help of the US dollar index, apart from the theory which I actually use in the markets. It's a kind of a thing which can everybody can actually see by comparing it by themselves. So it's not a kind of theory, it's just a pure simple comparison. Okay. This is not a theory which I actually use to trade in the markets, but it's a kind of a theory which can actually uh, give confirmation on my theory that the market should move up. So it's a kind of a clear cut indications for this. I hope this is a very informative video, and I actually shared this chart analysis just in case if somebody is looking for this kinds of thing and they are unable to do this thing. So I made this video so that people can understand this thing, and that's how I will be posting some of the videos which uh, might help you in understanding how the Indian stock markets and the world markets actually work. So I think it's a really good thing. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and make sure you subscribe to the channel and press the bell notifications. Whenever I will be free from my examinations, I will be posting some more videos on this thing. Thank you very much. Yes, and see you.